Welcome everybody. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys the fundamentals, the basics of macro. It is a coaching session that I've ran earlier this week with a Nefiri player, but honestly, it is a session that is valuable for all ranks, all type of champions, because even though that he's playing assassin, all of these concepts still apply to mages and skirmish-oriented mid laners as well. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. Enjoy, boys.
I think, in my opinion, the early game was fine. I was, 7-2 and 3 at 15 minutes. I think I had okay CS for how long I've been playing the game.
Okay.
My big question is why am I having so much trouble carrying games like these, and what kind of mistakes am I making that lead to losing the game? Am I just getting outskilled? Am I not farming enough, or am I just making really bad macro plays? That's kind of the big questions that I have.
Very clear. Let's break it down.
Also, please don't look at my first death. That's horrible macro misplays.
I'll close my eyes. Okay. We'll not see anything. So first thing that sounds to me, your minimap is big as fuck, mate. Have you ever considered turning it down?
I've just increased the size because I need to look at my minimap more often.
Okay, good. So this is what a lot of people tell me, right? I'm not looking at my minimap enough, so I need to increase the size. That's not the fix. What is your LoL state usage and knowing when to look at the map. So in between minions and in between the waves. So feel free to turn it back down. It's a little bit on the large side.
Because what size do you recommend?
Around 50, something like that. So it's about like 50. This. That should be fine. And then what we're going to do is in a future session, we're just going to break down your minimap usage whenever you, and understanding how to actually look and when to look at the minimap when it pops up, okay? Let's take a look here. Trading on the Nefiri is, of course, incredibly important. Sucks a little bit that we missed that initial Q. It was a great attempt onto the last hit. I think this is your window, actually, where the moment he E's in, right, you actually press W instead of E. And what you do is you actually beat him really hard because you get an insane amount of AD with your W, right? You get like 20 extra AD. So he's got no pots, no items, double longsword, plus WAD. You have like 40 AD over him, 45 AD over him. You eat him alive at the moment. You murder him. Okay, wave state's good. If you look at the conditions of the lane, right? Look at him. No pots, nothing up. Bad wave state pushing towards you. This is your go time. So what I would do is on my next queue, I would look if I could see an all-in. So instead of standing here, I would be closer, potentially contesting him onto these minions. Okay.
Even though this is his minion wave was a bit larger than mine, I do just still win.
Well, it's very simple. You have 2 longswords and you're up 200 HP.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
If I have spell, of
course. Of course. But there's ways to do that, right? All you need to do is just the moment he goes for the auto attack on that minion, that's when you throw the first Q, and then you use your E to gap close, and because you're so close, that's when you can use the second Q. The closer you are, the easier it is to land your spells. So I think you're sometimes a little bit too defensive. I think you have opportunities here where he can't play.
Aggressive in front of the minions, but especially against Akshan, I've had terrible experiences with going behind and then just losing horribly.
Okay.
So I think that may just be a trauma.
Yeah. So what I want you to do for next time, just fucking lose, okay? If you have the feeling like it might be winning, just try it and just die, lose the game, doesn't matter. But then at least you can learn from the experience. And then if you don't know how to break it down, clip it, send in the VOD questions channel. That's what it's for. And then we can help you problem solve the situation. Now that's beautiful, great roam. Same position here. This is your wave, send Jinx to mid. If you roam to a side, you swap up the lanes when your AD carry dies or needs to reset.
Every roam, most roams, if they are not in the lane, I just take over the lane.
Take over the lane, temporarily, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, we're very, very strong right now. So what's going through your mind right now?
So now I think I want to fight him more, especially because I'm stronger. So I know I'm stronger here. That's
from our perspective here, from this position. What's next?
What's next in general?
Yes.
I don't think I know.
Okay. Do you recognize the grubby spawning at 130?
Yes.
Okay. Since you're so strong, in an ideal world, what we do is we fight around the grubbies, because if we then get some kills, we can then turn that into an actual neutral objective, which is going to allow you to snowball the game. And this is why Dragon is also so nice to play around. These neutral objectives are very strong for us as fighting magnets. And we want to fight, so that can be a good place to fight for us. Okay. So my mindset coming from to lane here is, okay, let's see if we can actually play around these neutral objectives. I would ping it, so my team is aware of it as well. I would trade onto the Akshan, but I wouldn't use my sums or my R because I want to use that onto the neutral objective, right? That'll be my mindset.
So I think I fat finger ignite like 4 times here, and then I'm just flash, ignite, die, and Karthus kills him anyway.
Great. No problem. I like that you try it. Okay. This at least you showed some balls here, you know? And we can review this and figure out, all right, what could we've done? What went well here? What did not go well? And what could we've done better? Of course, micro execution was a bit awkward, right? We fat fingered the ignite. I think the rest was pretty all right. But another key thing to note is that we weren't aware of the neutral objective, right? There's no pings in chat. I would have not even used my sums. I would have taken the trades onto Akshan, pinned him in the lane, kept him low so he wouldn't reset. And then I would just fight the neutral objective and get that one for free. Make sense?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So coming from base, every single time you come from base, your mindset should be, what's next? Okay?
I do that a lot in the late game. Early game, I'm just really focused on laning.
Okay, makes sense. Use these deployments. You got time to think in these deployments. That's your time to give yourself some orientation of where you want to play. Okay, not too bad. You move back to mid. And not too bad. Look at that. This is what your champ's all about. These type of skirmishes, insanely strong. Well done. What's next?
So Drake again.
Bingo.
And this,
that's it. Drake. Ping Drake coming from base. Let your team play around it. And by pinging that, your team will also know that cards got to be clearing towards Drake. Your bot lane's got to be aware of Dragon. And then everyone's going to be on the same page. After pushing this wave, we're going to ward into bot side to prepare for Drake. Drake. Okay?
Okay.
So, small warding fundamental here. Never use 2 wards at the same time because the value of the ward goes down, right? Because we want to spread out our vision. And because we have a cooldown on our ward, if we use them at the same time, then they dissolve at the same time. And then we're going to be running in a position where we don't have a ward for 80 seconds of the map. So you want to use your ward only here.
Good tip.
Don't use this one. And then when this one removes or is at the end, that's when we place the new one. Another thing is we do not want any action right now on bot side because Dragon's spawning in 41 seconds. Knowing that Dragon's spawning in 41 seconds, these guys are now overplaying. Even if we dive them or even if this kill happens, it's not good for us because the enemies are going to come back from base. These guys then still need to reset. They're too late for Drake. So we don't want any action happening right now. We want to let them hold off until Drake spawns. That's when we have the action. So it's your job to ping them back, but we need to be aware of that neutral objective first. Make sense?
Yeah.
So let's see if we can fight this Drake here. Now, this is nice, right? This is really nice. You get a beautiful, beautiful pick onto the Velkos, and this should mean that Dragon is extremely free. This was great, great Nafiri gameplay. Really well done. We get Drake. Perfect. All right. So, very simple position here. I don't know if simple is the right word. Interesting. Let's start with interesting, okay? Right now, Drake secured. Okay? What's next?
I guess base, spend my gold,
Exactly.
go back to mid.
Exactly. And why don't we want to take this plant right now?
That I don't know. Because it's no use, because we're basing anyway.
No R,
ult.
no fighting. Exactly.
Okay.
That's right. No R, no fighting. So right now, you don't want to just do this. You want to just either be hitting mid and take the next wave and then reset, or you want to just reset altogether and ping your team off. Don't allow them to fight this shit here. We're not fighting. That's ridiculous. We just played 2 into the deep in the enemy jungle. We got no R cooldowns, and we just took Drake. So fighting right now is ridiculous. And that's up to us to also ping this off. No R, no tempo, no fighting.
Even though this is, I think, a 4v3. Of course, it goes horribly.
Well,
but it's just no R, just resources have been spent. Don't fight, even if it's maybe numbers.
yeah, because numbers only go so far. If you're down 1k gold on each person, right? They're 3,000 gold up on this fight. They got all the cooldowns. Well, we don't. It's just easier for them to play the fight out. Now, we ask ourselves the question what the next neutral objective is, which is going to be the Rift Herald. So I like you moving bot. I think you moving bot is great here. Okay. I think we make a small mistake. Whenever you move like this to the side lane, always open up true side, because the moment you enter jungle, your home guards go away. Okay, so your home guard, you just fucked yourself here by moving through jungle.
Yeah.
Great. If you move through lane, Pike never dies because you are Jhin, kill the Jhin, then kill the Akshan. You get 2 kills here as well. Now, it's good for you to be bot because we can now shove and move to the Rift Herald, okay? We can push bot deep. And now, after pushing this next wave, we can start the Rift Herald on top side. So we hard push this wave with our Qs, and then we just start the fucking Rift. We can reset and move to Rift. Just move to Rift here. Rift spawning, you have R, ready to fight. We need to be in this action zone here.
I shouldn't be bought here, so just moving to, yeah, okay. Just
Exactly.
neutrals.
That's right. So the key, the reason why your games are just not going smooth as butter is the neutral objectives, okay? We're too desynced of them. We need to be aware that these neutral objectives are 5 magnets, and you're one of the strongest champs in the game, especially in your elo, at winning these fights because everyone's out of position all the time. So what you need to do is you need to be present right there. Until where did you get it? Where did you cut out?
I think it was fighting more around neutrals there, fight magnets.
5 magnets.
And then you started cutting off.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, Naafiri is one of the strongest champs in the game, especially in your elo, of picking off people before these fights. So what your job is to be very specific. Step 1 is be aware of the neutral objective timer. And you got to be ready to fight. Now, what are ready to fight conditions? We have pushed out our wave at or like just barely before the neutral objective timer so we can then move up. Why is pushing out a wave important?
Because we're not losing anything and they are when we go to move.
Exactly, which forces them to respond, gives you a temporary number advantage. Beautiful. Really good stuff. Okay. Yeah, so this is a missed opportunity. Akshan's there, you're not there. You do get quite a bit on bot, which is good. I like that you're at least trading. If you're too late, you don't want to play, so this is nice. And we now want to play around the dragon here. So what I'm going to try to do, never mind, it's not about me here. Dragon, 1 minute. What's the game plan?
I don't know how much gold I have here, but I just pushed. So yeah, it would be base, spend gold,
1k.
Move Drake.
1k gold. Yep, you could do base. Another thing you can do is just keep this wave pushed up deep. So the enemy is constantly forced pinned down by responding. And that way you can maybe catch someone in rotation. But absolutely, Drake is what we're going to do. So this move into mid isn't ergonomical.
Makes no sense.
Exactly, because this guy is resetting. Drake's 40 seconds in. If you kill them with your ulti, you don't have R for Drake, you lose Drake, even though you get 2 kills. Not worth. Make sense?
Yep.
Great. So, well played mechanically, right? This is great mechanical gameplay here. Phenomenal mechanics.
Just the fight make no sense because I spent resources.
Exactly. That's right. Okay, we're going to see if we can contest Dragon.
This is one of the weirdest fights I think I've ever had.
Okay, not bad. I like your thought process here. This wasn't bad. This was okay. Now let's see how we could do this even better. All right, Naafiri, flanking champ. How do I like to move here? If Shyvana's there, I don't want to be anywhere close or near Shyvana. I'm gonna move around here. I'm gonna put pressure on the flank. This pushes the enemies away from this choke point. Shyvana goes in alone, and it makes her vulnerable. So I'm trying to flank here. Okay. We use our initial Q here. I think the R is quite good. Sucks that you don't have Q before you W. How good would it be to do Q, W, and then Q to actually get the kill onto Velkos? Make sense?
Yeah. Because you can Q into W immediately, right? Or does that honestly don't know if you can QW?
No, there's a cast animation, of course, of your Q, right?
Okay.
There's a small darking, this one, you see the small darking daggers here?
Oh, yeah.
Cast animation. Now you can W. So you do Q, and then your next Q recharges in your W, and you hit the second Q. Next neutral objective is Baron, Fighting Magnet. Swap up the lane assignments, send Darius towards bot lane, in my opinion, because bot lane's weak side. He's then got TP up, because he's the one with TP. We do not have TP. So he can push out and then TP in. We're then already on the strong side of the map. Now, that would be ideal. I think it's also fine if you're on bot, because you're then matching the Akshan, as long as you just shove and move over. So this is your timer right here. Look what just happened, right? We force Akshan to respond to the wave. Force him to respond to the wave. You need to do immediate movement if you want to move. Now let's optimize this position because we have full information here. We know that Shyvana's top side, Taamken's top side. Jhin is top side, Velkos top side. Everyone's top. Only Akshan's bot. So what I'm doing here, right, is I'm actually hard pushing this wave. Great. I'm hard pushing the next wave as well. Why? Because Jinx is currently in base, so we don't want to fight just yet. It's going to buy time for Jinx to get back on the map. Plus, each wave that we push deeper is 25 extra seconds of moving time. So if we push this next wave standing up right here, Akshan can't contest this because he's weaker than us, way weaker. We push this next wave deep, and then we move, creating a temporary man advantage because Akshan's always stuck. He can't follow us because he risks getting collapsed upon, and we can just brute force a fight here on our number advantage. Game-winning play, by the way. Game-winning play if you do that.
Yeah, so I think I just just the extra wave. I think I had the same idea of just pushing, creating a man advantage
Yes.
so that Akshan's forced to be there, but then I should just push more because that gives me more time and then move faster because I go
Yes.
through red.
Exactly. We take the Narnia route, spaghetti movement here, right?
Yeah.
Too slow. You can't be moving like that anymore. You need to have straight lines in the game currently. They sped up the game, so you can't be doing this stuff anymore. Who did you do your last session with? Was it with me?
With Curtis.
Curtis. Okay. What did he review specific different stuff than that we do here, or what did you?
I am an Fury OTP, so
Yeah.
it was kind of the same thing. I think that game we did win. It was kind of average, just like this game. Except this one we lost.
Good. Yeah, nice. You're gonna get a lot of value out of these sessions, dude. You gotta return like every 2 to 3 weeks. You being a Fury OTP, right? You're curious. You got a good mindset. You're gonna get an insane amount of value from these sessions. So
learning objectives you gave me, I know I'm not 100% there, so it's not a habit. But I didn't want to miss out on a coaching session. That's why I'm dropping in one now, and I'm okay with just being more play around jungler stuff.
Sure. Okay. So we find here that this is quite an interesting rotation here, right? Few things to nitpick about this rotation. Number one, no one's responding to the side wave here. Okay, so that makes it risky. Number two, Jinx Darius in base, so you're off tempo right now. Everyone's playing a different timer. What your card's doing? Farming fucking Crux. So he's definitely not on the same tempo. So this timer into mid isn't ideal. It would be much better for us to push out this next wave, for someone to respond, then move when everyone's on the map.
I think I would be too scared to push out that way further with the info that I have.
Great. So what's the info here?
Well, there's 2 mid, 1 top, and I think the other 2 missing.
Okay.
So basically that means 2 wherever you're going.
So what are you going to do to you?
Good point. I mean, Shyvana is... I don't understand the champ enough. And Akshan can hunt me down for miles and always be invisible. So I'm always, scared of those.
Threatening. The Akshan. Threatening.
Yeah.
I agree. If Akshan's ahead, he's really fucking threatening. But you're beating the shit out of this guy, right? So you're confident in the 1v1. You win the 1v1. Now, what happens if Shyvana comes? Can they beat you in the 2v1? Absolutely. Can they kill you in the 2v1? Absolutely not. Because you have multiple ways to get away from them. Shyvana's threatening spell is her ult when she has it up, which she sees you, and then she can kill you. Now, how nice it is that we can use our W reactively to her ult and we'll never get CC'd. So as long as we keep W up, we can't die inside. Make sense?
Okay, makes sense.
Perfect. You also have Pike that you can hover you. You have Cards R backup. You are totally fine. This, what we're all covering here, this is just mid-game fundamentals, okay? And we're not gonna instantly do all of this properly in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks even, okay? This is just a lot of fucking refinement, a lot of revision and repetition. But we're laying the groundworks here. And what I want you to understand is that the cornerstone of League of Legends mid-game is neutral objectives and forcing people to respond to waves. And especially if you can combine it together, where you force people to respond to waves at a neutral objective timer, that's when you're going to strike gold. Okay? That's what we're going to try to do.
By the way, this fight...
Yes.
I pinged my team off. I told them it was a give. Was it a give? Was I supposed to be there earlier?
Well, why was it a give in your mind?
Because our jungler's dead, and Jinx was pushing top.
Okay, great. If you join in, do you win the fight?
Probably not.
No. So just give. Exactly. Stand your ground, push mid, take mid turret. A lot of money there.
Okay.
100% give angle.
Okay.
Now, I think it's really good that you are aware of the fact that it's a give angle. Okay? But there is a lot to gain in regards to how we tell this to our team. I'm going to be honest, no one cares, dude. About this message, no one cares, dude. If there's some random guy in my team saying that shit, while I'm vibing on the music, I'm vibing, I see the dragon drop down, let's just vibe it. We're playing for dopamine anyway. Now, what truly really will strike a chord is if you do it earlier with more better communication in regards to the pings. So it's nice that you ping give, but Darius is already saying, we're going here. So 1 ping is not enough. I'm pinging danger on this guy's face 4 to 5 times in a row. Okay? That's when the message really gets through. So to me, it's very clear what we're working with here. Okay? To me, it's very, very clear. I'm going to send you an example, Vult, that is going to help you understand the specifics. Bam, bam, bam. Which is going to be this one. All Vault, really good in regards to neutral objectives and communication. Check this one out, especially starting from like here. USR. Okay, I'm just going to be very aware of these neutral objectives. It's going to be really informative. It's going to make you understand what my thought process is in those situations. Now, what I want you to do is every deployment, right? Every single time that you come from base, ask yourself the question, what's the next neutral objective, and ping it. Okay?
Yeah.
That's it. That's the most important thing for you to do. And this is going to be step number 1. If we can do this consistently, then step 2, in 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to talk a little bit more about how do we sync up tempo. How do we push out waves properly and force people to respond at the right timers? But we first need to be more aware of these neutral objective timers, because that's when the action starts happening. So this is your main learning objective. This is all I care about. And in 2 to 3 weeks, I want to see you do this on every deployment. And you can do that. This is not hard to do. You can do this. I'm certain you can do it.
So even like when there's nothing up, or they're both 2 minutes to go up, I just ping anyway, or just ping nothing, just get a habit.
2 minutes is final call, dude. Final call, man. 2 minutes, yeah. No, everyone needs some time to reset. The jungler needs time to clear towards the neutral. We need some vision. 2 minutes is we're scraping by at that point.
Understand.
Yeah.
Will do.
Good. Very nice. Yeah, so the earlier the better, man. That's the mindset. And then continuously.
Any priorities like Drake over, or is it very situational which one is better?
It's a fighting game, okay? So if you have a top laner that's feeding his assholes and a bot lane that's winning, we're gonna fight both. These neutral objectives are the fighting magnets. So if you can't contest a neutral objective because you're 0-20 and you're too far behind, still ping the neutral, but then just ping it off.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't fight, don't fight. It's a fighting magnet. That's the idea. Great stuff, man. That's it.
Good. Thank you.
Give it a crack and keep me updated, okay?
Will do.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Good luck.